Hello, team video. Today we're going to take a look at Tapu Koko in the Holiday Cup Ultra League Edition. And you might think, no, okay, yeah, he's going to joke now. This Pokemon has nothing to do in this cup. I actually really thought already in the beginning that this Pokemon might be kind of funny to use, and it's really decent. I actually went positive with this Pokemon, which is kind of insane. This Pokemon will be able to basically destroy Charizard. You will have very good matchup against Giratina. You can get a shield advantage against Virizion. You completely resist everything from Obstagoon. Here, by the way, I should have went into my Obstagoon instead of my Charizard because the opponent going to have Thunder. So basically the entire meta, you have something against it. There's not really a single Pokemon where you really would have to fear that. So I used it in the lead and it was really decent. Like, of course, I didn't win everything. Still, it has horrible stats. Still, the charge moves especially are not really the best that you can have for the typing. Both Dazzling Gleam as well as the Thunderbolt are not really the best charge moves here. But it still was so much fun to use. Honestly, I faced so many Charizards in the lead, I faced so many Pokemon in the lead that I was able to do something against. Even Virizion, you will be able to win the Zero Shield scenario. This Pokemon is basically the Pokemon of the Zero Shield scenario, as you will be always able to do like super effective damage against those Pokemon. We will face a Magnezone against us here. That's going to be actually an interesting one if we're still going to be able to win this. We can go for one cross chop. This cross chop going to be able to get them super low. Yeah, this next one going to knock them out. And then they have a Giratina against a Tapu Koko, so I think we should be fine here. Move comes through, Night Slash comes through, we will be able to go ahead. Yeah, we're going to see the forfeit here already from the opponents. Would have liked to see the Dazzling Gleam hit there, but it's still fine. Next opponent, I knew already his team here, and I knew already I lost this matchup. There's not a lot that I can do about it. They're going to run double electric in the back, and this is not the best lead. It's still okay as the lead. They're going to shield this move up anyway, and they can throw a charge move here if they want to. But I know already that I lost because I only have one Pokemon basically in the back like this, because yeah, I know that they're going to have another electric type in the back. Of course, they're going to swap out here because there is not really a reason for them not to do that if they have two electric types in the back, and they can still keep the Ninetales around for my Obstagoon. So I knew already at this point of time this game was over before it even started. This is just a team com loss. There's nothing that I can do about it. Happens this team is very popular recently, a very good team in general, but for this team it's just horrible to face. As we're going to face now, I think the if this was a Shadow 1, I think that would have been really cool. If I got some extra energy still against the Magnezone, I still might have had a chance to win this game, because they actually went closer than I thought. Only really closer because my opponent caught here really nicely. He waited 2 turns out for me to throw the charge move. I don't think it really does matter here, but still very cool from them. Actually, maybe it does matter. Don't know. We will be able to go for one more charge move here. They have one move stored on their Ampharos. I won't be able to farm them down here either. So I'm going to try to farm them down here with the Charizard. But yeah, no, there was nothing could have done there anyway. This was just a team combo loss, which happens. We see a Charizard in lead, very good for us. We see a Virizion coming in, that's also very decent for us. What I kind of want to do here is I hope that they throw the charge move here, which is going to be the Stone Edge. I should have swapped out already into my own Charizard there, not gonna lie, but I was a little bit clumsy. I'm a little bit clumsy in general recently because I change my teams all the time, and I'm not really used to the meta yet. I don't really have like those plans yet where I want to go into in terms of say swaps. I make another mistake here by going for the Dragon Claw. I should have went for the Blast Burn because it doesn't knock them out. Means I have to go for another Dragon Claw because they're already at another charge move, which they're going to shield up, and they can have their Stone Edge now. Fine for me, I can still get the 1-turn energy advantage here against the opponent's Charizard, but they're actually going to swap in here, so they're locked into their Charizard, which will allow me now to go ahead, go for one Blast Burn, swap into my Tapu Koko, and my Tapu Koko will be actually still able to take one Dragon Claw, which is funny, because now the opponent's Charizard is gone, and we were able to realign our Pokemon. As we see an Obstagoon coming in, we can go into our own Obstagoon now, as we can avoid the Virizion, which still has some HP in the left in the back there. They can go for one move, whatever they want to go for. It doesn't matter. We won this game already. As we can go for our own cross chop, this will also get them at the same health that we are right now. They can swap out here. We're going to knock them out anyway. And the Obstagoon gonna go down as well. So good game there. Very cool there again that we were able to survive the move there from the opponent. This was actually the first battle that I played with the team, so I was doing like one screenshot there just for Twitter that I actually never posted. Maybe still gonna do that, who knows. But always kind of funny to face like something also spicy from the opponent with the Articuno. Not as spicy as my pick here, but you will see here I will be able to get 2 shields from the opponent. Just like this, we're going to be able to get 2 shields, and we will be able to go ahead and go into our Obstagoon again. Have a great time here, going for some counter down against the opponent. I can take all the moves here. They're going to just go straight for the icy ones, I guess. I can go for one Ice Slash, trying to get them a little bit lower. They're actually still going to be able to survive it, but we can farm them down in time. Perfect, basically. We can swap out. It's going to be a double. And sadly, I swapped out here because, yeah, like, it's going to be a little bit tricky to still win this game. While we have 2 shields advantage, we also face a hard wall in the back there with the Jelson plus the opponent's double. I thought I'm most likely going to have to take some shields here onto my Charizard, because if I get debuffed on my other Pokemon on my Obstagoon, there was nothing I could have done there anyway, so like I kind of have to shield up the moves here, which are going to be Bubble Beams, which is something that you don't really want to shield up. And I kind of have to try to swap out onto the double charge move here, so I hopefully can catch it. Couldn't catch it, and my Charizard is a 1 away from another charge move, which is going to be really problematic soonish, which you're going to see as well. And I should have just run for one more fast move, to be fair. Just risk it because my opponent wasn't throwing. Like this, it just sadly doesn't work out, because we're going to not knock them out quite yet, but it was very close. And we will see that they have a Body Slam, which will knock us out. But still, I think I had a chance of winning this game if I just played it a little bit better, but so be it. We will see a Virizion against us in the lead. As I told you prior, this is a matchup that you win always when you invest 0 shields, which is kind of nice, because you're going to be able to go ahead and go for the Dazzling Gleam. Now we overfarmed a little bit as well, making the opponent panic a little bit because they know that we're overfarmed. They throw their charge move, they throw their Sacred Sword. I don't care about it. I can go into my Charizard and get a ton of energy. We will face the Obstagoon there in the back, and at this point of time I was like, I think I made a mistake here, but maybe we can still do something here. The thing is, I know this team already. Like, this is a team that I also showcased on my top team video, because the team just does make sense, and also it's pretty similar to the team that you saw yesterday, most likely, with my double ice in the back. That's going to be an Auroras in the back, 100% sure. There's no way there's not an Auroras in the back, in my opinion. I can go ahead and go for one more cross chop here, and I will swap out now into my Charizard, and we will face the potential Stone Edge coming through here. It's going to be the Stone Edge, which at least we're going to be able to shield up, and we see the Auroras coming in. What a shocker. Didn't expect this at all. Totally not expected here, but we will actually be able to get the first shield. We can go for another Blast Burn here, and I feel like my opponent going to bait me here, kinda. But can I risk it? Let's see. We're going to risk it. It's going to be a bait. This is amazing. Can we actually still win this game here, even though it looks kind of awkward for me? I will be able to go ahead and now swap onto my Obstagoon, farming them all the way down. They have 1 HP left, basically. I will be able to go ahead, farm them now down with my Charizard, and I'm actually gonna go still for one Blast Burn. This was just winning because I knew the team again. Like, this is a thing as well. If you copy teams from YouTubers, or like for me, I take a lot of time to take a look at the meta before the meta comes out to make those videos about top team videos. So like, that's why my teams usually work from those as well. Like, most teams that actually played this week, which really worked well for me, were from my top team video. But yeah, I take always a lot of time to like take a look at what could work, what the meta is, and that's why those videos actually always get a lot of views as well, most likely. But like, those teams always work, but like, those teams does make a lot of sense. So when you face them on your opponent's part, don't saying that they copied them, but they also most likely came up with the same idea. It's just pretty easy to counter that with playing around it, because you know what they have in the back anyway, because just makes sense. Like, just makes sense to have the team like this. We see the Giratina against us here, which is okay-ish. Still, Ancient Power going to hurt us a lot because we're not going to be the bulkiest Pokemon alive. But we will be able to go for Thunderbolts here, which are going to be nice as well against the Lantern. Lantern, of course, the hardest answer for the Charizard. Something I really want to build as well in the future, but I definitely kind of, like, for those Pokemon that need full XL, I'm always so Stardust poor that I never really want to build those Pokemon. Same for like Master League. I have like nearly all the XL candy for all the Master League Pokemon, but I have next to none of them built because I just always run out of Stardust, because I build stupid stuff for Great League rather, which is a little bit cheaper. But yeah, I kind of need to build something like this as well in the future, maybe when I have more Stardust. But we will see here the Giratina gonna go down to 1 more Dragon Claw most likely. As the Ravenclaw going to actually get shielded, never mind. But we will see that I think we're going to be at least able to outspeed them here, right? Let's see. The Ravenclaw comes through, going to get shielded. Yes, we will be able to outspeed them. And this is going to be a good game here. As we see now the next opponent coming through, we will see Tapu Koko against the Obstagoon. Very good lead for us, of course. And the funny thing is, I think this is also someone running in the team that I suggested as well. This team that the opponent runs is still good, even though I suggested, and I'm going to destroy it here now. But of course, like, I didn't plan when I built the team from the opponent as well. It's also like one of the top team video teams that people would run Tapu Koko, because it's most likely only me that runs Tapu Koko. But this is the beauty of running some spicier stuff. You are always able to do some funny stuff with it. Here we're going to be able to destroy this Talonflame still. So sadly had to throw the charge move here, but I know already what they're going to have in the back, and we're going to be pretty fine here, I think. As we face the Obstagoon coming in here, Obstagoon has nothing to do against my Tapu Koko, and the opponent going to have another Pokemon that's going to be hard weak to Tapu Koko in the back as well. So they're going to run triple weak to Tapu Koko team, which is going to be funny because, yeah, Charizard comes in, we have our Tapu Koko, we can go for some Thunderbolt action, and actually I kinda regret something here. I should have shielded, because there's no way in hell that they would get to another move afterwards. But sadly I didn't, so now I have to win this game with my Obstagoon instead. Would have been way cooler if I won it with my Tapu Koko, because it literally just destroyed the entire team. But like this, it's also okay. We can just win this game like this as well. There was literally nothing that could have went wrong here at all. They were just so weak to Tapu Koko, which is hilarious. But yeah, this is also a team that I already showcased before, and thought it would be one of the best teams, and I think it is one of the best teams, but like not against Tapu Koko. Just like my opponent going to experience here as well, we're going to face a Charizard in the lead, we're going to face a Dragon coming in against us, we're going to go into our Obstagoon now, and I think it was maybe a little bit of a mistake, but I'm not sure yet. But actually, no, it's fine. We will be able to go ahead and go for some Night Slashes here, which is cool. Night Slash will be very, very cool in general, as we will be able to go ahead and go for some charge moves. With the Night Slash here. Night Slash going to do enough damage. I think I still get to another Night Slash in time, hopefully. If not, it doesn't really matter too much either, because I actually don't get there in time. Because I should be able to still farm them all the way down with Tapu Koko. And what in the meta really wants to take a Dazzling Gleam or a Thunderbolt? There are not a lot of Pokemon that really appreciate fighting against the Tapu Koko. I'm still going to keep my shield alive, because I know that I can farm them down without it. I have a ton of energy now. We face a Magnezone coming, and this is one of the Pokemon that wants to face it. This is a horrible matchup now for me. I'm going to have to shield this move up. They're going to shield it anyway. There's no way around it. And I misplay this game, sadly. And this is really sad, because I think I could have easily won this. They go for the Mirror Shot. It was kind of expectable. I should have no-shielded the first one. They always go for Mirror Shot first, because they know how important it is for me to no-shield. To shield there. We're going to go for Dragonclaw. I shouldn't have done this, because I should have went for the Blast Burn before. Most likely would have put them into range maybe for me farming them down, but like this we are forced to go for a charge move with Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko will not have a great time here anymore, because the opponent can go for one Mirror Shot and it's going to be a game over. But of course we also don't have a move that hits the opponent, so doesn't really matter anyway. Next opponent, we're going to face Talonflame in the lead again. In the lead is actually not the best one for me. It's not the worst either, but I think you only win this if you go into the 2 shields. My opponent goes into a Magneton, which I appreciate, because I really don't want to face it with either my lead or my Charizard here. So I can go ahead and go for one cross chop here, which is fine. Against the most likely incoming Talonflame here, I'm still okay. Especially if we can get a boost here. And we can get a boost here. And this time I was like, I'm just going to waste all my shields on my Obstagoon, because I went into Talonflame, and I'm pretty sure I can either realign, get some damage on the opponent. We see actually the Obstagoon from the opponent coming in, one cross chop, shield, one cross chop, shield again. And you know what's coming for the final one for this video. It's going to be the Dazzling Gleam to finish it all off. This Pokemon was so much fun. Honestly, it was so amazing. I gained Elo with a Tapu Koko and Ultra. I would never think about saying this ever before, but this was so much fun. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and I hope I see you next time. Bye bye.